Welcome back, everybody. It's, of course, Sport Federation TV, where every week we take a look at what's happening with sport in the Western Cape. We talk about all our various sport codes. Of course, these are all affiliated to SASCOC, to the Western Cape Provincial Sport Council, or the district sport councils, and they are active. They're going to provincial championships and district championships and national championships, and many of the athletes, in fact, going to world championships, Commonwealth Games, and Olympics as well. Well, she's no stranger to Sport Federation TV. Roxanne Clarke is back. Welcome back, Rox.
Thanks, JP. Like, as always, great to be here with you.
Yeah. I mean, we've been trying to get hold of you for about a month now to say, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? And finally you're back. Where have you been?
Yeah, I've just been traveling a little bit, not too much. Like I had that little, in June and July, that was much. But so I traveled to London for a workshop sort of conference thing that I'm a part of. And last weekend I was the Rising Stars competition, which is a primary school and high school tournament. So that was a lot of fun.
That's, of course, tennis, right?
Yeah, that's tennis.
So it's Rising Stars?
Rising Stars, it was kicked off a few years ago, and it's been a successful event so far for Tennis South Africa, where we have primary school. So there's sort of stages to the competition. You have the local one, then you have the provincial one, and then the national one. So all the winners from the provinces go and compete against each other, and yeah, so I was a part of that.
So have we got Western Cape kids going to Rising Stars?
Yeah, we actually had Western Cape teams winning in the primary schools for the boys, and also winning, that was the Work Primary, and in the high schools division, Polrus won the boys.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that was amazing. In the girls, we came up second in the primary schools and the high schools with Orania.
How do they get into it? Is there a school league, or is it a Department of Education thing, or?
I think it's sort of Tennis South Africa in conjunction with those bodies, must be with the education department. But your school just enters. School just enters, and then they have a local event, and then a provincial event, like I said. Then they compete on the national stage.
So it sounds to me like, I mean, you're saying we've got two teams winning there, primary school and high school.
Wow, yeah.
Like Western Cape is winning tennis in South Africa?
We did great, yeah. I mean, for the girls, the Orania Macy's are quite tough. They've been winning it. I think they won it last year as well, but we're getting there.
Is that from Free State?
Yeah.
Free State,
They're
okay.
from Free State, yeah, from Bloemfontein. So Bloemhof came second, and Beaumont Primary came second for the primary schools.
That's of course in Somerset West.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So the Wineland School's doing well there.
Is that something that you're looking for? Is it to build in terms of development, to bring kids through the ranks, obviously? I mean, as part of your Western Cape structure.
It's a fantastic event. You know, it sort of creates the hype in the schools, and, you know, clubs and schools are where development starts. And as you can see, the big name schools, like Grey College was also competing. They came third, I think, in the boys. Yeah. So the big schools kind of really want it. It means something to them.
And how often do they do this competition?
Every year.
Every year. So it's
yeah.
Are there other school competitions similar to this, similar to Rising Stars?
No, I think that's the one. That's the big one.
Yeah.
Great initiative by Tennis South Africa. I'm sure there's leagues that go on all the time. But the other school competitions are events like there's an Amanda Kutzer for girls, and there's so many competitions. You know, I'm working at high school now, so I'm starting to get into all of those.
Yeah.
There's a Gerry Badner. There are quite a few.
Well, you're mentioning a couple of names there now. You mentioned Amanda Kutzer. I mean, that's a name that I haven't heard for ages. Do we?
Yeah.
Are we still seeing the Wayne Ferreiras and them around?
Let me tell you something. Amanda Kutzer has had this tournament running since I played in the juniors.
Right.
And I was part of an invitation team that went to this event.
That wasn't so long ago, though, Rox.
Yeah, no, that was quite long ago. So yeah, Amanda Kutzer, not involved in tennis right now.
Yeah.
But what a legend of the game. I mean, she reached world number 3, so she's great. And then Wayne Ferreira, not lost to the game at all. Yeah. He currently coaches a guy called Francis Tiafo from the US, who's actually doing really well right now.
So we've got some of our local guys that have gone on to international level. Some of the legends. I mean, they're still in the mix a little bit, or maybe even an event that's been named after them. Yeah,
I think quite a few of them are. All those guys who won Grand Slams back in the day, they're in doubles, or guys. Wayne Ferreira was also number 3 in the world, I think. Yeah. So they're still in tennis, and they're still sort of coaching or giving back somehow to the game.
Are we going to see the Roxanne Clarke Invitational soon?
Maybe not soon, but yeah.
So in addition to the Rising Stars, of course, which is your school national event, you've also been traveling further abroad. You've been in London for a bit.
Yeah, I was a part of a really exciting program that I got involved with through the International Tennis Federation in Saskok. And it's a workshop or a 2-year program that promotes women in sport, in a high-performance sport. And the goal is to try to get more female coaches at the Olympics or coaching at that high-performance level. So it's been great to be a part of that.
So how does that work? Are there women coaches from all around the world?
I think they have 11
specifically
sporting
women,
codes.
or?
Yeah, specifically women. I think they have about 11 sporting codes that are part of it now. So wrestling, judo,
Right.
canoeing. There's so many sports that are a part of it. And tennis, of course. And then they have a residential week where we just go through a program for leadership.
Right.
And then get a mentor. And it's a really, really great, empowering program for women coaches.
So does that put the federation in a position where they can come back to South Africa and share the knowledge, plow it back into the federation for your, for example, transformation goals?
Absolutely. I think one of the really important things that they teach you in the course is to build your network, you know. And so I realized that I could be a part of someone's network. So you kind of just feel like, okay, I can give back to someone, I can help someone out to further their career or something like that. So in that way, it's absolutely empowering for women.
Do they get into the practical application of coaching women, or is it all about the high performance level?
It's all about leadership, really, and those leadership qualities that you need to be, say, because some women, their goal is to get onto the board of their federations. Other women, their goal might be to be a part of the Olympic Committee, the International Olympic Committee. So it's about guiding those women and helping them to the steps along that process. And of course, other women, they want to be coaches at the Olympics. So they have a mentor that helps you with the leadership qualities, and then later on in the program, you'll also get a sports-specific mentor, which will help you with the tennis aspect or the swimming aspect of it.
So I mean, one of the elements there that you just spoke about, a lot of it sounds administrative. If you're going to be sitting on a board, do they look at things? I mean, what are the practical things that are in the? When we talk about tennis, we're obviously thinking about how do you hit the ball and things like that. But the administrative side, are they talking to you about constitutions, or how do you manage a meeting?
Yeah, there are those elements to it. It's sort of figuring out what you're good at and what your goals are and what are the steps that'll get you to your process.
Right. So when one, I mean, how do you then take that back? I mean, when you look at that from a tennis perspective, you would go back and you'd practice your strokes or managing a game. Administration is slightly different. How do you come back and get into it? Do you come back and speak to your committees, or?
Yeah, I think that could be part of it. Also, say if you wanted to start your own business, how would you go about doing that?
Right.
If you wanted to become a national coach, how would you go about doing that? How would you be in interviews? How do you sell yourself?
Yes.
You know, these kinds of things. And you know, we all know that women feel like they have to check all the boxes before they apply for a job. Whereas men, they go, okay, I've checked a few. Okay, I'm going for it. So it's about just getting confidence and helping women along that process.
So confidence, obviously.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, and the leadership qualities that you need to be in those top positions.
All right. Folks, we're talking to Roxanne Clarke, captain of the Billie Jean King Cup, as well as Western Cape Tennis, representing Western Cape Tennis here today, and talking to us about our tennis athletes and superstars that are coming through the ranks, and of course getting up to nationals, some of them going international, and of course leadership in for women in sport. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to carry on talking to Roxanne. I'm specifically interested more about the women's development in sport, and of course this, what she was talking about, is building self-confidence and getting out into a network. We'll take a break. Don't go away.